Hello and welcome to my second ever TBR video. I've only started doing this last month, and if you were here to watch that other video as well, then you have seen these nice little prompt cards in my bowl already. And this time it will be a bit different because I kind of have to have some prompts that I need to fulfill for my reading challenge. So if you've been watching my channel, then you've already seen my reading challenge as well. And for this one, I still need 3 more flowers that I need to collect. So that means that I will have to pick prompts that fit for those for sure, because I need to get them read next month, because that's the last month of the challenge. But to still make it fun and to also have a bit more prompts to go through, I decided that this time I want to actually pick out 8 books that I can choose from and just acknowledge from the beginning that I won't be actually managing to read all of them this month. But because I am a mood reader and that sounds like a great idea to me, I figured I might as well have a small range of books to choose from, and then I will decide which ones to get to. And to make this more fun, I have also brought out my lovely little dice. And as I am an RPG girly, I do have quite a few nice sets. And today I'm gonna use these ones to figure out which book to choose if there's more than one book that fits the prompt that I'm gonna be picking. So yeah, I hope that sounds like fun to you too, and let's not wait much longer and let's just get started with the first book. So my prompt number 1 is for the calendula, which I still need, and that one needs flowers or plants on the cover. So just come join me at my bookshelf while we get a few books that fit that theme. So, books with plants and flowers on the cover. The first one is quite easy. I definitely have The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, which is a cozy fantasy. And as you can see, there is quite a lot of flowers on the cover, so I think that one counts for sure. Then also we have Wild History, which is by James Crawford, and it describes a number of journeys through old parts of Scotland, so that definitely counts as nature as well. And of course you can see on the cover that there is a beautiful landscape, so that is definitely plants in there. And then let's see, we need to go a bit further over here and put the dog aside for a second. We have The Ghost Cat by Alex Howard, and that one is about a ghost cat seeing different lives being lived in the same apartment in Edinburgh, which is really interesting. And of course you have the flowers on this tree over here, so that would count as well. And behind it we also have The Fair Botanists, which is also from Edinburgh and basically describes 2 women meeting around flowers and figuring things out. I'm not quite sure, but it sounded really interesting. By Sarah Sheridan. So let us just take these 4 books and see which one will go on my TBR now. And here we are again with all 4 books set out side by side. I have set out numbers for each of them, and now I will use this beautiful little red die to decide which one of them goes on my TBR. And as it landed this side up, you can see that the 4 is on top, and that means the Fair Botanists it is. This is one of the books that I picked up in Edinburgh, and I have been looking forward to reading it. And it's great on my TBR for this month because it also is quite short. So that sounds quite doable. With that said, let's go ahead and look at the next prompt. Prompt number 2 that I still need to complete for my reading challenge is The Stinging Nettle, and that is a book that plays in nature or in a historical setting. If you watched last month's TBR, then you will know that I attempted to tick that off already, but that didn't quite work out because I just couldn't get to all the books that I was looking at. So let's try this one more time and let's go pick some books that fit this prompt. So let's look into historical books. The first one that I had to think of here is Black Powder War, which is an alternate history, but still a history. And basically it describes Napoleonic wars, but with dragons. So that one counts. Then, of course, we have Persuasion by Jane Austen, which is definitely historic, just by when it was written. Let's just move back over here as well. We just looked at this one, and as I said, it plays in nature, so that one definitely counts. We have one more going for nature as well, which is Endling by Jasmin Schreiber, which is a German book and is about nature becoming extinct and species becoming extinct, so that one would definitely count as well. And then again, let's move further over here. And we have, of course, The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry, which I was looking at last month as well because it's a historical romance novel. And then we also have A True Account, which is a historical pirate novel by Catherine Howe, and that also would fit as well. So yeah, those are quite a few books, 6 in total, and let's go ahead and look which one will go on my TBR. And here it is, the next round. I do have quite a lot of historical books or books that play in nature, to be sure. So I've picked out all of these with you guys. And now let's see what the dice says this time. Ooh. So it's a 5, and number 5 is A True Account, which does sound quite interesting and is a little pirate story that plays in 2 timelines, I think. So let's pick this one up and let's see if I feel like reading it this month. So with that done for prompt number 2, we can head on over to number 3, which is the final prompt that I need for the reading challenge. And this one is the Gerbera, which wants a bright and colorful cover that is as bright and colorful as the plant itself. Now for this one we won't get to do any dice rolling because I have put in a hold at the library and the hold has just come in for the Poppy War. And as you can see on this tiny little cover that I have here, it is a beautiful orange and just the right color for a nice flower. So this one is gonna go on my TBR for that prompt. And with that said, we have gone through all the prompts that I still need for my reading challenge, so we can put aside my reading journal for now and instead go over and look at some more lovely colorful prompt cards or prompt slips that I have in my bowl here. But before we pick one of those out, I do have 2 more books that I also want to add from the library or as an ARC. And the one that I got from the library as well, and that I've been waiting months to get, is Dungeon Crawler Carl. So that one also goes on to my TBR as one of the options that I have, and probably I will be wanting to read this because, as I said, I have been waiting for it for quite a while now. And then I do sometimes manage to get ARCs as well. And one that sounded really interesting is Dear Missing Friend by Susan McGurk. And this is a book that is told in letters, and that is also historical, as you can probably tell from the cover. So that is also something that I really want to look into, and that will go onto my TBR for this month as well. So, with 3 books that I do not have as a physical and 2 books already set up by my prompts, we're doing quite well. Now I will be wanting to listen to one audiobook as I do every single month, so I will have to see what is available at the library when I get around to it. So I'll leave that spot open, and that leaves us with 2 more prompts to pick from here. So let's go ahead and let's pick the first one here. And the first prompt that I have is to continue a series. That is interesting. Let's see what we can do with that. Well, series. Actually, I don't have too many series currently going on, but I do have one that I really want to continue sometime very soon. And that is the TBR series. This one is book number 3, and we just talked about it, so I think this time it will definitely go on my TBR, and I'm very happy about it. And with the series being that easy to find, let us pick one last prompt, and let's hope that we can do some more dice rolling for that one. Here we go. And our last one is a non-fiction book from my physical TBR. So let me go ahead and look at those. And finally, for non-fiction books, I do have quite a lot, but not that many that I would feel confident in reading next month. We do have Wild History again. I'm going to leave it in there because you already saw it, and just going to pick it up in a minute. Then, of course, we have some more over here, which is kind of too big to stand, but it will work. So this is Empire of AI by Karen Howe, and that one is a book about my research topic of biases in AI, so that one would work for sure. But it has to go on the side for a minute so that I can get down here and also pull out this lovely book. And let me just make sure that you can see it. So this is Stadt, Land, Fuchs, which is a German book, and it's about animals becoming used to living in cities and with people, so that's also quite an interesting topic to read about. So let's put those 2 and Wild History up for the dice. And here we are once more getting ready to let the dice decide. This time we only have 3 books to choose from, and since I obviously don't have a dice with 3 sides, I will use a 6-sided die and do 1 and 2 for this one, 3 and 4 for this one, and 5 and 6 for the Foxy over here. And a 6 it is. So that means we can go for my lovely German book over here, which is actually great because that one is also on my priority reads list for this year. So it's going to be good to have that available on my TBR as well. And here we are. This is my TBR for May, and as I said, I know I won't be able to read all of these books that are lying down here, but I think it sounds like a great range of different types of books, different topics, and so I think I will definitely find something that I really feel like reading whenever I get to pick up a new book. And I'm really, really happy to be able to continue this series because I've been waiting for this one. So yeah, let me see what I can do. I'm sure I'll manage to fit in enough books to at least complete my spring reading challenge. And with that said, thank you very much for being here and joining me for this little game. And I wish you a very happy rest of your day. Have fun, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!